Hey guys, today I want to talk about a client that can be really, really challenging. And these are the clients who want to run the session for you. And this can come up in lots of different ways. This can come up with clients who are hypnotists or have seen other hypnotists and have had successful change. This can come up with clients who just need to get the energy out. So they are the clients who want to treat it like traditional therapy and just kind of want to talk for the hour. Um, and this can also happen with clients who are trying to one up you, for lack of a better expression. So let's talk about the first type of client. This client, the hypnotist, or the client who has seen another hypnotist and has had success, they're used to working one way and being successful. You have some options here. They're going to try and tell you what to do. They're going to try and tell you how to work with them. And that can be awesome, and it can be really problematic. It can be awesome to some extent because what they're essentially telling you is what to do that works. So why fight against the stream? If you have a hypnotist come in for a session and they tell you, look, do this, 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 and this, and I'm going to change, do it. Don't force the client into your model because they're already telling you, look, I have a model that works. I just need somebody to guide me through it. Don't don't try and fix something that isn't broken. Sometimes a hypnotist or a client will come in and they're used to working or going into trance or experiencing change in one way, and they've done it and they've tried it this way to create the current change that they're after, but it's not working. They may still tell you that they want to do it in the same way. However, there might be something in that approach that isn't ideal for that particular issue. So then you have to use your clinical judgment. Do you go that same way or do you go a different way? And I would recommend in those cases to go a different way. However, before you do that, you have to frame it with the client. So basically, what you're going to be doing is saying, look, I know you've had awesome success with this approach. And I've worked with lots of clients before who are looking for this type of change, and I work a little bit differently. And I have lots of great success. And look, you've tried this path before and it hasn't worked. Are you willing to try a different way? Are you willing to try something different in order to succeed? Then you pause. You're going to calibrate not just for the conscious yes, the verbal yes, you're going to calibrate for the nonverbal yes. So as you're going through that explanation, you're looking for the unconscious head nod or the mm-hmm. And then when you ask, when you put the offer on the table, how does their physiology respond? Do they seem interested or are they still pushing back? If they're interested, great, go forward. If they have some reluctance or pushback, then do not pass go, do not collect $100 yet. Or wait, is that $200? You know what I mean. So for those clients, you have to do some more work or give them the experience of exactly how they want it done. And if they change, fantastic. And if they don't, then you say, okay, now let's try it this way and see what happens. But no matter what, this is about meeting the client where they're at. So there's no need for the client to have to conform to our preferred way of working. It's much better for us to be flexible. In NLP terms and in, I believe, physics as well, this is the law of requisite variety, meaning the most flexible part in any system holds the most influence. And it's our job as hypnotists to hold the most influence. So be flexible. The other type of client, the client who just needs to get the energy out. And they are used to taking control. These tend to be like seasoned traditional therapy goers. For these types of clients, once again, you have to use your clinical judgment. For a very, very, very small select group, it might be valuable for them to spend the first session just talking. These tend to be clients, in my experience, and you might have a different experience, but these tend to be clients who have experienced extensive trauma or this is the first time they've ever had anyone to talk about this with, so they just want to get it all out. Most clients don't fall into this category. Most clients don't need the whole session. Instead, what I'll do is I'll let them talk for 20 minutes, let them talk for 10 minutes, let them get all of that energy out. We're burning up energy in the neurology so that once that's all out, we have all the parts on the table, so we know what we're dealing with, and the client's in a better space to move forward. Every once in a while, though, you'll get a client, typically the career therapy goer, who expects to just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. At that point, they're probably hypnotizing us into believing their problem is this real concrete thing. These clients, we have to make a choice. It's good to let them get some of the energy out, but at some point, we have to stop them. And oftentimes, I'll ask permission to do this and point out, look, you've told yourself this story over and over and over again outside the office, and all that time, you've been strengthening the neural networks around the problem. You've been digging the hole deeper. But that's not what you want, is it? You wait for the unconscious acknowledgement, and then from there, say, well, great. Then, if it's okay with you, at any point that you start to spiral like this and start to loop over old things that aren't going to help you really change easily, do I have your permission to just stop you and wait for the unconscious agreement? And then we go from there. There's only been a handful of times where I've let a client talk the entire session, and in those moments of just holding the space, letting them get the energy out, the feedback has been, wow, thank you so much, no one's ever listened. But for a practitioner, we have to know when to do this and when not to, and this is something that will take practice. Most of the time, I don't do it, but there are the rare occasions. So just be aware of these clients who want to take control of the session and direct it. Your job as the hypnotist is to hold the space, to facilitate the change, and to also be in control of the session. Finally, the rare client. I have not come across this in a one-on-one setting. I have seen it in classes, though. So like for a demo or during a piece of an exercise or something with the attendees. And that's the, well, I know better than you type idea, where the client doesn't want to engage with the suggestions that the hypnotist is giving or with the experience the hypnotist is trying to facilitate, because it's all about higher status, of one-upping that person, of, oh, well, you can't hypnotize me. These clients are going to be really problematic if you let them continue. So the way that we address this in classes, and the way that I would address it in session should it come up, which, like I said, it doesn't because of how I screen my clients, is to call them out on it. This is a pattern that they have run not just in this context, but in countless other contexts in their life. And as far as I'm concerned, if they're showing you this behavior, and not just this behavior, but any problematic behavior within the context of the session, they're showing you an aspect of the problem that they're looking to change. Or they're showing you an aspect of whatever's holding them back from achieving their goal. So some clients, you have to be really gentle when you call them out because they don't know they're doing this. This could be lumped into being a polarity responder. It's just an unconscious thing that happens. So be gentle at first if it's appropriate. Other clients, we get a lot of students who work on Wall Street, who are kind of these high power guys who are used to having everything they want then and there, and are used to running the show. Then for these, we very directly call them out, but in a way that's teasing. So you want to keep rapport, but you want to bring the pattern to conscious awareness. So this is typically how I would work with that class. And I think I hit on all the examples that I talked about at the beginning of this video. So I hope you've enjoyed it. So go ahead, if you want to, make some comments in the comments section, share your experiences with this group, the people who want to run sessions for you, and like, subscribe, share this video. Bye.